Hey, back with another recap. I finally started trading multiple accounts again. I haven't done this since Apex changed the rules last May because I was doing great with it, and with the rule change, I couldn't DCA that. If you don't know, you can DCA now, but back in May, I guess too many people were getting payouts and they had to squash it. So guys like me, they knocked out. So I had to start interviewing other companies. So went to Bull Knox and was testing them out. And I was so busy last summer, really was only trading one account at a time while I was testing. And then usually October, November, I could start trading again because my schedule lightens up, but it never happened. So I didn't really start trading again until January. I was only trading one an account, and Bull Knox kind of proved, that they are legit. Um, and then Apex changed rules, and I only got two accounts with them. So what we're looking at here is my week record of trading. I think it was somewhere between 10 and 13 accounts. It was fluctuating. I was adding accounts as I was going. But I think the minimum was 8 or 9 accounts, and I ended today with 13 accounts. Um, but that was my trading for the week. So for some reason, I trade better when I'm trading multiple accounts instead of just one. But I'm going to go through the trades, and these recaps are for me to confirm that why I'm taking the trade, where I'm getting out of the trade, and the logic behind the entry and the exit. And just based on my rules. It's a system I created myself. I don't sell anything. I don't have any discount codes. I don't own anything. This is pretty much for me, and the videos do help me confirm if I'm seeing the trades correctly. You can see this is my real. I don't really need funding companies, but I could see the advantage of using them. This is my real funds, and you say 131, big deal, but 131, and today was 13 accounts. 1,700 today. My ultimate goal is 30 accounts. I feel like I'll be really comfortable doing that, and it would be almost $4,000 for the day, and I probably would stop even sooner than this. How much money do you need? If I don't need $4,000 a day, so that's the story of this. And just to people who don't know, I went on a great run with Apex last year. I had 68 trading days without a losing day, including the passing the evaluations and then getting the counts up to 55, 56,000. There was a couple of 25Ks in that at reach payout as well. And then Apex changed the rules, and I couldn't trade like I do. And you're going to see how I trade in a minute if you haven't seen it before. But it's called dollar cost averaging with specific rules and safety nets, like cutting out of the trade if I get into trouble automatically. In case I don't do it myself, this will protect me from blowing an account. $200, the biggest loss I would take. So that's what this is here. I get a glimpse again. I always show the indicators because people always ask. Price line net change. These are all the indicators here. Ludwig levels. Ticks per second is Conway trading. These are all. This is a standard from Lizard Traders. This is from Harmony Trade Systems. That's the shaded areas here, and I'll explain the support and resistance radar is Ninjaco. I got some EMAs on there. And this one is, I created this one. I can pick how much my max profit or max loss is before I close the trade. I don't use the profit. I cut the trades myself. But the loss, sometimes NQ moves so quick, I don't have time to get out of the trade. So if a trade hits a $200 loss, it will close it automatically for me to protect the account. And then I can go back in and get that money back. I rarely have hit this because my entry is really good. My trade management is that good. It's just there like a precautionary thing. With NQ, you never know, especially with Trump in office. I've never traded with Trump in office because I'm newer. And, people warned me that things could happen, like just spikes out of nowhere. So you have to protect yourself, and this kind of does it. Sometimes price even blows right through it, and I get bigger than a $200 loss because of a violent NQ move or news. But I really don't trade the open on Fridays. I want to trade less and shut down. But the market was kind of, this ticks per second. That's from Conway Trading. When the market opens, this could be 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, and I don't really want to trade because it means there's a lot of, money flowing in and levels which I trade might not hold like they normally do. As long as this is 2,000, 2,500 or lower, even at the market open, that's an area where the levels usually do hold. So even a little indicator like this, and the problem with this was it's part of a package. I think you have to spend $2,500 to get the whole package. Then you get ticks per second. I don't know if anybody sells this, but for me, being a DJ by trade, we use something called beats per minute. It just reminds me of that, but I understand how this is speaking to me. If I see spikes over 2,500, anytime throughout the day, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, I know there's some artificial money being pumped into the, whether it's banks or billionaires, something's going on and levels might not hold, and just get out of a trade or don't trade when this goes up well over. And yesterday was an odd day. I was getting spikes over 10,000, 11,000, which is abnormal. So yesterday I cut the session short because it would randomly show up and this number would fly. So, fortunately I got to pay for this. When it gets over 1,000, it turns red to warn me, hey, there was a spike there. And you can see this is live data. I'll bring it right here. So this is the level of my first trade right here. And I do like this area long, but I'm done for the day. I'm not going to take any trades here. We'll go back and look and see what happens with that later. But you could see this. You could see the spike, and I probably not want to trade here when this just went from 500 or wherever it was, 800 until over 2,000. And look, the level got blasted. So the move here is come down, pull back, go short. As long as this comes down further, it's got to be at least 10 to 20 points. Then the pullback, then the short is what I'd be looking for if I was trading. So again, I don't trade the open, but today I did because these numbers were not out of control here. They were about 2,000, which is high, but not for market open. Market open, they're usually 5, 6, 7,000. So it broke the level before the open. I was waiting for the pullback, and you can see right at the open, boom, it hits the Ludwigs. Thought it was going up, and just immediately, both targets, I go in with two contracts to start, and then I managed from there. And right out of the gate, that was a $35 win. Then I held up. Again, the same trade would have paid right again a minute later. Boom. That's how good these levels are. And you got VWAP on top of it. So price comes down, you get in, you're out. You want to do it a third time? You could have. I mean, you can see it a little bit deeper. So if I got in here, for argument's sake, with two contracts, I'd probably add in here or right at this. This is called the Harmony system by George. He has he's a live trader, great trader too. We just have different styles, but he's a great trader. And that's the first touch of his level usually gets a reaction. So all of this I had on my side for the longs. Once this happens, I'm holding up. I don't want to do anything here. Look, and you can see, price doesn't know where it wants to go. Don't trade this. It's at VWAP. Let it make a decision where it wants to go. And you can see, once this broke, now I'm thinking shorts. See, something's going on. This is over 3,000 now. And you can see prices, it's right at the level where I was trading today. So the play for me was, it breaks the level, it touches, it goes. When I see this as our guide, we're going short here. So I was waiting for the pullback, and I did get in right in this area here. Then I added in, this is again harmony zone. I got a support and resistance radar. I had if you look at this, there's two contracts here, one here. What a perfect add-in. I don't think it went more than a tick, or even, it went one more tick than my entry, or maybe 2 ticks. And then what the goal is here. When I see this, I get a little nervous because it broke this area so easily. I got to get out of this trade. The trade management comes into play, where I'm not looking to really make profit here. I'm looking to get out and break even or small profit. Now, I ultimately do make profit because you have an add here. I'm in at 02. I'm at 04, and purposely 04 above. I mean, if anything, I should have been here, but I put it above this Ludwig level. I think it was, the move would be touch and then go, and I got enough. I don't know if I got the trades up here. Yeah, here's the trade performance. This is for the week. This was today. Yeah, so we'll just go back, and we know we made profit today. So that was the logic there of how do you get out of this trade. If it didn't hit and go straight down, now I'm looking to get out where it usually will break it, touch, and go. Luckily, I got I got out. So my trade management was good. I'm fine that it went a little further and I could have made money, but I'm out of it. I actually made profit on that. From 16 to 4 I made, and I lost 2. So that's a net positive trade, even though there was 2 losses in there. They were 2 points each, and the win was 12 points. So it was an 8-point win. Now this, don't want to trade. Okay. Support and resistance radar here, and a perfect short. 2 contracts there, both out at support, at harmony zone and support and resistance radar. And I like my exit. I could have got more, but I was happy with that. When you add this up, 9 to 2 is 7 points on 2 contracts. It's 14 points. $28 times 13. So look, the math of it. It was $364 trade, 28. And this is why I want to trade 30 accounts. Almost $1,000 trade. And just real quick and easy, you're talking 3 seconds. And you're out of that trade, 4 seconds, whatever it is, really quick. And that's how, it should move when it hits these levels. And when it doesn't, I look to get out. Part of the trade management. You're going to see that coming up. Perfect example here. I'm thinking short because we broke the level, and usually it's a touch and a go. So it did break through a little bit, but I still was thinking it was going lower. So I did get in here, a little bit better entry at 34, but I was thinking short. And what was I thinking, longs? No, I guess I was thinking longs. When I saw this break, I was thinking touch and go. Like, when that didn't happen, and it was sitting here, and this was a good minute, which is, for price to be stuck here for a minute, it means there's a battle going on. It doesn't know where it wants to go. And it should have, if it was going to go up, it would have went up. And after like 30 seconds, a minute, whatever it was, I just closed the trade and got out. What time was that? 9:53 New York time. Right here. Yeah, so that trade is 40 seconds. For price to be stuck there 40 seconds, get out. And I think it was an excellent exit strategy, because look what happened. I got out, and I was right. It didn't go up. So who wants to be stuck in this trade? So that was part of the trade management. Now, I would have, say if I didn't get out quick enough, right, because NQ moves so quick. Well, I'd be back in here with 1 contract and here with 1 contract. So you see price, and now I'm looking to get out. Again, making money on these, breaking even on those, net win, just get out. And this probably right at this level right here would get out. And I would have. So I would have been in here, would have made money on this one, washed on those, probably a net gain out there. Trade management again. 10 o'clock, I'm not trading. Usually 5 minutes after, 5 minutes before, I won't do that. Again, it's 10:02. Do I love this long? Yeah, but not at 10:02. There was light news. Trump was going to be speaking. I was already up. I was already kind of good for the day. So I didn't really want to deal with it. So it was more timing that is why I didn't trade, and Trump was on deck, so I was kind of watching out for him. Okay, this is one of the trades, the first trade I ever developed. I call it the bouncer trade. You got first end, VWAP is down here. This red is first standard deviation, green, second standard deviation, white, third standard deviation. I call it the bouncer trade because the green and the red is the club. Price gets in the club, the bouncers throw them out. And not only does price bounce out of here, but the bounce, I say the bouncers are throwing the buyers out of the club. There's too many buyers in the club, get out. And the same on the short end. There's too many sells in the club, get out. So as soon as price gets in, just absolutely perfect entry, right as it enters the club. And if it wouldn't have, I think this was like high of the day, I would have added in and managed to trade properly to get out. I took both. I was taking my money, and why did I take the profit here? Well, there's a light blue line here. This is a lighter support and resistance radar, but you can see, even though it's a lighter and not a strong level, price did bounce from here, and there's no reason price couldn't bounce here and go halfway into the club, because they can crush this zone. I think yesterday they did, and I was done trading, and I think the bouncer trade would have lost yesterday. I was done for the day, but the price hit and went right out the back door too. So luckily, there's a Ludwig level right here. My gut said price could hit here, so I was being really careful here, and I think I only took one, and I think I was done at this point. So that's the bouncer trade. It was a good exit. I mean, price ultimately did come back way down, so if I would have held, I would have made more, but again, Friday, I want to trade less, not more. And this kind of might have been it. Here you go. What was going on here? This was another, I think I was thinking short. Yep, so I'm in at 38 right here, adding in, and then break even and profit. So a couple of bucks there. That was at 22 after. Yeah, so the sequence there, you can see these trades. So it was these two contracts here. One lost 3, one made 8. So I went from here to here. So again, a net winning trade. Even though it comes on the charts as one loser, it's a really winning trade. And I think it was at, I don't know, 77 or 80% today. But the losses really were part of winning trades. So to me, there was no losses today because every sequence of trades was profitable. Again, I was done. So I went in with one contract. But when I saw this, I was like, touch and go. I just took 5 points right here. But again, 5 points, 13 contracts is $130. And again, great exit. This was standard deviation level 1, and we do generally get a reaction. And look at this reaction. So, I'm proud of my exits. I always go like 1 or 2 points ahead of the level in case it stops short, because I've just too many times it's happened to me. So really proud of that exit. I purposely put my target there, and you can see hits it, and then I would have been in a losing trade if I didn't get out at that point. That was one contract too. I was just building up, cushion a little bit more, and I was confident that. Why did I go on one contract? Well, I was confident I was going to get it. And number 2, if I didn't get it, what was the play? Say if it just came back. Well, I had level. Look at all these levels I have to add in. That's why I took it. I got protection. This is like major support. And you can see, even though it was trying to go down, it was hitting. This is VWAP. Boom. I'm out of the trade here. You can see. So if I didn't get out, that's how I would have managed it, and it would have been a winning trade. I probably would have made more money if it pulled back on me. It was a great entry, so I never had to deal with that. So now what's the play? Once I see this break, I'm thinking we're going back down to this zone. So it was, again, a perfect short right at this level and right out at that level. Again, purposely just taking, 4 or 5 points. And I think we had a little pullback here, and that was like, all right, let me get out of this. So again, the play for me is it's got to go immediately. Immediately, I'm talking 5 to 15 seconds here. If it doesn't, and it starts playing around, it could be touching and going up. So get out of the trade and then see what price is really going to do. And again, I was up so much. Why deal with it? And again, I think that was it for the recap. 1036 was the last trade, and I think that's where we were on the chart. Let's see something. So here's some of the accounts. I did switch over. Just because I was done and I didn't want to risk all the accounts. But I probably should have. I had walked away for a while, and then when I came back, price was here. And what's happening again? It's going into the club again, right? And market was relatively flat. It wasn't really shooting either way. So when it's like that, when it's not a crazy hard trend and there's no crazy news, this is like a 99, percent win rate that it's coming this way or break even. So again, I had Ludwig here. I'm very confident. So perfect, it was high of the day, and I had Ludwig here, but perfect entry, 2 contracts out. It got this account up higher, and this is a couple $100 from passing. So I said, let me creep it close, and I probably could have did more. I think that's it. I think I just took that one, and that was it for the day. But The power of his current price, it's right at these levels again. Yeah. So again, if I went long, you're adding, boom, you're out. Another winning sequence here. Um, Again, would you long this? I guess you could if you really wanted to trade. But look, we're creeping up to 2,500, 3,000. There could be some artificial movement coming soon, even though it's lunchtime. So thankfully I'm done. And what else I want to show you? Oh, let's go back to this. So this was the week. This is the first week I started trading multiple accounts. And it was anywhere between 8 and 13 was the most I traded today. But let's look at the weekly analysis. Okay, right here. So really was the profit for the day. And the crazy thing about it is, I was grooming myself with the idea of trading 30 accounts. And even $50, right? 50 is 1,500 for the day. And that was the least amount that I took. I think most people are happy with, $1,500 a day. And then 128 was my biggest day. Actually, today was it? No. That was close. Oh, that was with commission. I mean, almost a $4,000 a day, even today. Even at 113. I think it was 130 before commission. Over $3,000. So, that's too much money to me. Like, how much money do you need? It should be between $1,000 and $2,000. Should be the goal for the day when you're trading that much. And the idea sprung to me. There's a company called Vector Algo, and somehow I might have reached out to them and they contacted me. The guy had a conference call, and the guarantee was like, we guarantee we pass your account. I don't know if it was 3 months or 6 months, whatever it was. But when I did the math, for argument's sake, let's say it was 3 months, which is 60 trading days. So 60 times 50. They were basically telling you they could make $50 a day. And they were telling you to trade 20 accounts. And that was their guarantee. They could pass it. And I think it might even be more than that, because I think when I did the math, it was $30 a day that they were guaranteeing. When I thought about it, I was like, you know what? It's not a crazy idea to go for $50 a day and trade 20 accounts eventually when you get to your payout. And who cares if it takes 2 months, 3 months, 4 months? There's less pressure to hit $50 a day than $100 a day. But you can see the power, it's 5 days went by. 449. And saved by 13. Yeah, I think that's where the numbers came from. Yeah, just about. So again, I was probably trading 8, and then I added 10. Today was 13. So the numbers don't lie. That's really what I made for the week. Trading my live funds, my real funds, and copy trading the accounts. And there's several master accounts in there as well. You can see the bull knocks. And I'm adding evals as well. And I think I got take profit. Let's see. I got 3 take profit and 2 Apex. I started doing Apex again, and the reason why is I was trading one account at a time. I actually got paid trading like this. I was trading NQ, one contract at a time, and my dollar cost average, like you see, and I got paid from Apex. So basically, I made $2,000. And I'm going to use their money to buy more accounts, pay for the evals and then become PAs, whatever the hell they charge. But I got $2,000. I'm playing with house money, and I'm going to do the same with these. I'm almost past on one of these. I just added 2 more. So once I get past and get payouts, the most you could trade is 5. So a lot of people are raving about this. I haven't got paid from them yet because I'm still in the eval phase, but I'm getting close to this one becoming a paid PA. So I wanted to show that, and I think that was about it. Trade Copier is from Affordable Indicators. They do a great job. And Yeah, so that's I'm excited about the trade copying again. I feel like I trade better. I said the record is 68. I don't know if I'll beat that. I haven't got a count of how many losing days I've had, but I mean, right out of the gate, copy trading, there's obviously 5 days. Oh, that's what I wanted to bring up. Noticing the number of trades, these are the number of contracts, I think, and that's not a lot of micros. 7 micros and done for the day, bagging this. Even today, yesterday and today, and I was dinking and dunking too. 14 micros is nothing. There's 22 here. The funny thing about this performance, and I think it should be in the trade performance, if I look at trades, the first trade I took lost. I on my ATM, I'll show you that real quick. This is where I start, and then I adjust my targets and stops based on levels. So this is just a starting point, and maybe I should go larger, and you'll see why in a minute, because I'm at 60 and 61 on the stops. But maybe it's not a bad thing because NQ, has these violent moves. Well, as soon as I got into this trade, in 4 seconds, it hit my stops on both of them. So I was down 61 out of the gate. The first copy trade I did, it was like you would think my confidence would have been hit. I almost laughed. But then, you can see I got in quickly right after. 4 seconds later, I am back in. And look how quick I got that back. Right there in profit. So I was right in the direction. I was long. And price pulled back so fast, I never got a chance to move the stop and add in. And then I got right back in because I knew it was the right trade. And actually I had a better entry. I was in 84 here. Back in at 71, 69. Boom. And immediately the loss was wiped out 2 minutes later. So that's what I mean. If I lose 200, that's the catastrophe loss. And then I don't think I didn't lose another trade like this the whole way. You can see the losses are just minuscule. They're part of sequences. So there was no losing trades after that. You could say this, but if you look at the numbers, this is not a losing trade. I'm in because they all closed together. I'm in here. There was one add-in, but you can see when they closed. They all closed within 2 seconds of each other. So I started at 333, lost 14, lost 8, got 19. So it is a $2 win. I got out of the trade because I probably didn't. I was wrong. So it was about the trade management of getting out at break even. So even though it looks like a loser, it added $2 to the account. And then I, go back at it again. And actually, I was done for the day there. It was my last trade. I was probably going for that one more trade, when you do that one. And then I got a little more trouble. I said, all right, $2 done. And I shut down. So I'm good like that. Hit your profits and cut out. That was yesterday. And then here's today. Again, none of these were losers, even though there's 3 losses here. And it came in, I was like 77% for the day. For the hell of it, let's see. Happy Valentine's Day, by the way. Yeah, so it's 3 losses for the day. It'll give you a percentage of 78%. But are they really losses? 939. They all closed. I started the trade at 32, ended it at 43. So it added over 5 points to the account. So the sequence was a winning sequence, even though you see 2 losses in there. We doubled. We took the profit there. So it's a winning sequence. In here, a $3 loss. I think this is the one I closed early. Also a part of a sequence. 3 seconds later. So it was a $3 loss, an $8 win. Again, net 5. So really no losses, even though it's coming through that. So this is what I love about trading like this. So that's the recap. Sorry, it was a little bit long, but excited about trading multiple accounts. And yeah, I'm glad I'm not trading this. I could have shorted this level right here, and look what happened. Trouble. That's why I don't trade this time of the day.